Yeah, hard to believe this is it for the regular season. Obviously a huge series for us. With a chance to win a conference championship this weekend, but having to go on the road to Bradley, a place that's always a tough place to play. Obviously different this year with no fans, but it should be a heck of a challenge for us. But I know our guys are excited for the opportunity.
Questions for Coach?
Darren, you guys have an opportunity to lock up another conference regular season title with a sweep this weekend. I mean, what does it mean to have that opportunity for the second time in your 3 years here?
Well, I think for this group, I think this one would be really special if we were able to pull it off. Just with everything that this year has had connected to it, and what this group has had to go through to get to this point, to be in this position, would be a really rewarding accomplishment for them. So. Obviously a little shorthanded this weekend, and we're going to have to play really well to finish it off. But certainly excited about it, and hopefully we can play well.
How do you account for Roman being out, and what's it mean to see Joseph step up and really take on that role?
Yeah, I think Joe's played spectacular in Roman's absence here this last weekend, but he had been playing well prior to that too. Just he was getting better and better, and obviously exploded in the two Evansville games. So and we're going to need him. Without Roman, he's taking on a much bigger role, and so far he's done a great job with it. And obviously we have a lot of faith in him and trust in him, and know he'll continue to perform well and give us all he's got.
Mostly last weekend. How deep are you willing to go?
Yeah, we'll see how the games are going, and what we kind of need. I mean, there's guys that we certainly trust to throw in there if needed. If it's a game where we feel like the guys are getting enough rest in periodic breaks and things that we can keep them in there a little longer. So it'll be just kind of going with it and seeing what we feel like we need.
Exactly was Tank's surgery, and how is he progressing in his rehab?
Tank's surgery, I believe, was the day after the game, after he injured it in the Northern Iowa game, and he's progressing really well. He's doing all the PT, some pool work, some bike work, a bunch of other things they have him doing. It's they feel really good about how he's progressing.
Conversations like that?
Not necessarily in terms of the schedule. I think they feel really good about where he's at and what he's able to do right now, and it's a day by day deal. So we'll see what that means as we go forward here. But certainly pleased with what he's been able to do to this point.
What is the latest timetable on his return?
Well, it's really as soon as he's ready to go and healthy. We don't want to put Tank in a position where he could re-injure himself. So, but Tank feels really good about the way things are going, and we'll continue to monitor that and see where it's at as these days start to move forward here.
Is there even a chance that he could be back for some games in Arch Madness, or is it still a situation where, hey, let's wait till we get to the tournament, or kind of where's that?
No, there's still a chance he could play in Arch Madness. We'll do a really big evaluation before we leave for St. Louis to see where it's at. But we're still hopeful that there's the possibility he could play in that, for sure.
This might be an obvious question, but just what value does he bring to the team? I mean, just how special is he for you guys?
Well, I think he's a huge piece of what we do, and obviously, he was playing 30 minutes a night. He was our leading rebounder, leading scorer, and so he brings a dynamic player at both ends of the floor, defensively and offensively. But what I am most pleased with is the way that the team has responded without him. I think shows you the depth of our team and how good of a team we have, even minus one of our top players. But certainly, would be excited when he returns to add him back to the mix, with this group.
Hey, Coach, just wondering when, we hear a lot about, the challenges that the pandemic has obviously posed this season, and wondering with the back-to-backs, if there are any positives that you've seen come out of that, whether it's, from an X and O standpoint, or just the team getting more of an opportunity to bond on the road, especially when they're on the road. Have you noticed anything along those lines? And
I don't know if I've noticed anything specific, but I think, after that first game, there's some dynamics that take place getting yourself mentally, physically ready for that same opponent the next day. And I think that's something that's been fun to kind of see how, specifically our guys have responded, after the first of the back-to-backs, to see how they respond in that second game and kind of the nature of how that second game goes. I mean, it's almost like it's a completely different game sometimes, even though you just played that team, 24 hours earlier.